Hey, what's up you guys? After Reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. Last week I was too sick to record and I'm still a little bit sick, still a bit nasally, but I am able to record. Let's go over the comments from episodes 3 and 4, I think it'll be. Yeah. I was fooled at the first fake intro. I started saying, what the hell is this? And then I started laughing when I realized that it was a joke. Good play. I mean, I kind of knew it, I think, from the beginning. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying this. But it's very Tony for him to do that. There's a rational explanation for the US using metric system in specific situations and Old English elsewhere. The population of the US is weird. I don't know how many times I've heard friends say, I'll die before I use that newfangled metric system. Now hand me that 2-liter bottle of Coke. What? Oh, people are weird. As for Ryak's learning how to fly a death glider, I'm pretty sure it was Grand Theft Death Glider. Either that or being the son of a Jafar Prime, then being raised by another high-ranking Jafar, then trained by Braytek, which it's possible at some point that he learned from them. True. Lol, Tony, that's funny. You guys should totally check out the edit. It literally, I don't know, the edit isn't out yet, but the edit literally has, like, Need for Speed, Death Glider, Death Glider 3, it's so funny. Yeah, I'm proud of it. Anyways, soon as I saw the scientists get ringed aboard, I thought, who is he? Ah, a red shirt. Bye. Yeah. Surprising though, he wasn't wearing a red shirt. But I believe that's a Star Trek thing anyways. Yeah, that's right. I know things. Shan, it was a decent episode after what you said when you saw the title of the episode. Yeah. So that was entirely unintentional. By the way, I just want to clarify the joke there for you guys. So the joke is that somebody asked what I thought of Multiverse of Madness, and Tony responded and said, I thought it was decent, but he spelt it as dissent. So I made fun of him for it. And so as soon as I saw the episode title show up, that it was called Descent, I made a joke about it being called Decent. And that was the joke. I was just making a jab. It seems that a flying death glider is standard part of Jafar training, so I can't see Braytek not training him in that at some point. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Those of us from Earth got sick together. Are you suggesting an alien conspiracy? So Jonas testing Teal'c if he was one of them. Or if it was the other way around. Which one do we trust? I'm gonna say, probably, I don't know, Daniel Jackson. Teal'c for sure, but Jonas seems like an alright guy. I wonder if he has a brother. Okay, is that some kind of, like, spoiler that he might have a brother? Because, okay, that's a bit of a weird comment, I think. Sorry about that. So I forgot to comment on the finale, and I was sick for the past week. Oh, tell me about it. Literally, it's been like almost, it's been literally 2 weeks now since I've been sick. This is ridiculous. Anyways, so I empathize with you so much. I hope you haven't recorded yet. Well, look, I have not. I literally was too sick to record. I still feel like crap, and I don't have much to say about this episode, except that I love Jonas, and please don't be too harsh on him. I don't think I was very harsh. Was I harsh on him? I don't know. My boy has some major guilt issues and some inferiority. It's because I was, like, giving him shit about wanting to be a hero, but, like, he has already been a hero. He doesn't need to be a hero, like, every episode. Fun fact from the wiki. The scene with Jack and Sam drowning in the corridor was shot at a Vancouver Olympics pool. The set was slowly submerged in the pool, creating the illusion of rising water. Okay. Jack's comment about something going horribly wrong and then having Major Davis come on screen is a in-joke to the fact that Davis only shows up when something goes wrong at the SGC. Is that true? I didn't even know, okay. Peter DeLuise cameo. While Jonas and Teal'c are talking on the ship, Teal'c says that this is Jonas's first mission. But at the end of the last episode, the team leaves on a mission through the Stargate. Yeah, I noticed that. What the hell was that about? Teal'c Jafar Mark is backwards in the scene where he and Jonas are driving the truck through the rain. Really? Apparently both actors were shot separately on the same seat. Oh, Jonas's seat and the footage for Teal'c were mirrored to give us the impression that both actors were side by side. Why were they not just filmed together? That's so weird. Okay, pretty major lore episode. The Ancients have been mentioned before as creators of the Stargates, and the Asgard mentioned them as members of the Alliance of the Four Races. Now 5. But what they looked like or what happened to them or really anything about them really hasn't been mentioned until now. It's funny that, like, that the Asgard originally looked very humanoid, and now we're clearly seeing that the Ancients were also humanoid. So, like, are we seeing a pattern here? I don't know. You know, we are in 6 seasons into the show, and although we've learned about various races such as the Asgard, the Nox, the Goa'ulds, and the Ancients, up until now, are still a big question mark. Yeah. Sure, we've learned about various other civilizations through the galaxy, even some more advanced ones like the Tolans. However, it's important to remember that technically these have all just been humans who descended from Earth, and who were spread throughout the galaxy by the Goa'uld to be used as hosts and slaves, so they were never different races like the Asgard and the Goa'uld are. I think we had this discussion about the Tolans. I think the Tolans I think we came to the conclusion that the Tolans were aliens. I think. I don't remember. We had this discussion. I know we did. I'm sorry. Or maybe it was about the Nox. I'm not sure. You would think that we would know something more about the actual race that built the Stargate network by this point in the show. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like, think about things. Like, sometimes I don't delve into details until, like, way later in the show. Take Buffy, for example. We actually don't get a flashback episode about how Spike became a vampire and whatever until season 5. 5 seasons it took. Well, I mean, he started in season 2. 4 seasons it took. Sometimes they just like to take the time. But it's interesting how the show would have ended on Showtime, and we would never have gotten this information about the Ancients. Still, this episode may have revealed some things about the Ancients. If the woman indeed was one, such as the discovery that they look like humans, and since the Ancients predate modern-day humans such as you and I, the question is not why do they look like us, but rather why do we look like them. That also calls into question, like, the whole idea of evolution and, you know, did we actually come from apes, gorillas, monkeys? I don't know which one it is. Leave me alone. I'm trying to be smart, but I don't know. Unfortunately, this is the reason she died, so that the team and the audience would not get the answers to too many questions the episode introduced. The mystery continues. Wow, that is just fucking annoying, isn't it? Wearing masks would be a good idea if it wasn't already too late. The first people to get sick were the people who got her out of the ice and then tested her blood. I mean, they should have been wearing masks, but sure, in that point, but whatever. That's when they got infected, meaning the others would most likely get infected from them as well, before they even went near Ayana. I forgot how to say it, I'm sorry. I just had a weird moment where I malfunctioned, sorry. And so you might have heard that a few weeks ago the scientists have revived a number of ancient zombie viruses, Jesus Christ, previously trapped in the Siberian permafrost for about 50,000 years. So is this real life? What are you talking about? So permafrost is permanently frozen layer of materials which depends on its location. Scientists have been trying to warn people for years that if global warming kept going at this rate, the permafrost would melt and release previously trapped greenhouse gases, which of course would only fuck our planet even further. Oh, yikes. Guess what? Now it's melting. I'm okay. I can read. Guess what? It's now melting. And those scientists are no longer just worried about the gases, though it's still a danger and a concern, because they found a number of viruses trapped dormant in the ice, and but thanks to their research of the melting permafrost, they managed to revive and contain, important words here, over a dozen viruses, 13 I think. They're only called zombie because they've been revived, but of course people see it in the media and think, of course it's like the Walking Dead virus. Oh god, please no. I know you're trying to tell me that that's not what it is, but also you are telling me that's what it is by calling it that. Of course they make a joke and are not taking it seriously. Like I said, these are contained and they are so old that our bodies have no way of protecting ourselves because it's completely unknown. So we most likely wouldn't have even recognized the symptoms early enough or at all to have any diagnostic tests. Oh, okay. Are you trying to scare me? Because, I don't really like to be scared about things. I like to pretend I live in my little bubble where I watch the TV show and we have fun together. The best thing about this whole situation, the permafrost is still melting and there could be most shit in there that will fuck us over, but not be caught on time by scientists. Yay! Huh? Anyway, just to say that Ayana's virus is a similar situation, unknown scientists this time, literally, virus is completely unknown to our immune system. Yeah, I love the show, but the number of times that it's happened is really frustrating. Every time we get new technology or an advantage, they soon lose it. I know, that is so frustrating. Every single time. It's done, and has not made them too powerful, too fast, but it's frustrating. Yes, Ayana joined the cast even for a few episodes, and learning from her would have been cool, but since she's an ancient, she has a lot of knowledge, and that would make SGC way too OP. I mean, no, I don't think so. She wasn't speaking, so I think the TV show just gave it more credit than it needed. They are the gate builders after all. Fun fact. After she wakes up, she makes some noises despite it being impossible because she's intubated, and the tube goes between the vocal cords and holds them open so they can't move. Oh, okay. Jonas says that the Giza Stargate was buried 2,000 years ago, but it's actually 5,000 years ago. Yeah, what's that about, Jonas? Mate, you're getting things wrong. Kanan wouldn't need to die if Jack didn't say yes, since they could just put him in a tank like they did with Lantash, Martouf's symbiote. Oh yeah. So I call bullshit. Tokoro bullshit. Oh yeah. I also forgot to mention this before, that every once in a while a pineapple will appear in the background. What is this? How am I a mother? This time it's the beginning of the episode. That's all I'll say. It's a running gag for many episodes. When Will Waring is directing, does this dude like pineapples? Same with other directors. Peter DeLuise cameoed in all of his episodes. Martin Wood has Sila carry a large wrench, which I think gets larger with each season. Really? Okay. That's kind of funny. By like season 10, he's got like this giant wrench. That's funny as fuck, actually. That'd be funny. Need for Speed Death Glider 3. Okay, it's official. You don't get to name games anymore. Fruits. That was horrible. Well, you know what? I don't care what you say. That's right. The fake intro popping up. This was a suggestion from Handy just before you started season 6. Of course, I never pass up an opportunity to mess with you, so I immediately re-edited the official episode and put the lame Ra statue back in. Handy! Admittedly, the music in the intro is a bit more epic than the stuff going on screen. Yeah. It needs more action shots, but this is what we're getting. To be continued. Okay. So maybe it gets better. I don't know. Okay. So Sumi. There's a difference between descent and decent. One is the episode title, and the other one is how you often use to describe an episode. In case you didn't know, not English points to self. Yeah, you're not English, but you make fun of when I make mistakes. Because I'm English, I guess. Whatever. You have no leg to stand on. My skin is stuck between... No. Ow, ow, ow. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I have a really very nice ring here. This one. It's not a marriage ring. I'm just wearing a bunch of rings. Right, but like the back here, it's like kind of, it's got a little thing and it pinched my skin. Why would you do that? Anyways, yeah, Jonas is being a little hard on himself. There's not much he could have done to prevent the ship crashing either, I bet. Besides, that would have left Tilk alone on the Teltac cargo ship. Oh, that's what it's called. Slightly less chance that he'd been able to survive against those ninjas, perhaps. I don't know. Tilk's pretty resourceful. You seeing water rise. Oh god, this shit is going down like the Titanic. Yeah, they skipped right past the drawing scenes and straight to the ending. Well, yeah, they skipped a lot of things. There was a whole sex scene that they missed. Where was that? Sam and Jack. This is the real shit we're here to see. Let's hope Sam isn't as selfish as Rose and does leave room for only... Fuck you! You've never even seen the film! It's not what happens. Perhaps it's worth noting again for everyone that sits through the comment reading section of the episode, when you mention AZPM, you know of its existence from playing modded Ark. Hopefully nobody tries to spoil you when they show up. I'll be on the lookout just in case someone does try though. Also, You telling them to power a DHD with a ZPM is kind of hilarious. It's like powering a TV remote with a 1,000 nuclear reactors, and that's underselling it. I know, the ZPM goes inside the Stargate, doesn't it? It has like a little slot. When you click E on the keyboard, there's a little slot. In your inventory, you drag the ZPM in there, and it's black, I think. I don't know. I don't know. You know when I noticed in these 4 episodes, there's no raw anymore. Big sad. Really? Oh my god, you're right. Big sad for the YouTube community that went nuts over them. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. You guys really liked that, but I mean, I kept it going. Also, big sad if they don't come back, because we'll have missed the opportunity to put Smudge and Willow in the edit. Although, perhaps the movies might still have them. That's gonna take a while before we get to those. Well, actually, you know what? We could just edit our own little raw in for the edits. If I can just get my cats to meow on cue. Or maybe just yawn. You know, like, it'd be kind of cool watching, like, being able to, like, film either Willow and Smudge and they're just, like, doing a big yawn. Catch them in the moment. And then, like, put them in there. And then just dub over the rah. Could work. We don't know. No, sorry. Sadly, this was aired before Frozen was ever a thing. But could you imagine SG-1 breaking out into song? Sam singing Let It Go. Teal'c, of course, singing Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Why Teal'c? Because I think it'd be funny. Do you know what? My money is on that there is at least 1 musical episode in this entire universe. Don't tell me, because that would be spoiling me. But that's my prediction. And I'm locking it in, Eddie. So Rihanna has been frozen in the ice of Antarctica for several million years. She's looking pretty good for her age. I'm not normally into women older than me, but hi. You're suggesting for everyone to be wearing masks. There's no use. They've all already been in close proximity to her, or someone has been in close proximity to the damage has already been done. Besides, she's apparently dying of a plague, and she's supposedly an ancient, according to Dr. Fraser and Sam. I very much doubt a mask would help to an unevolved human like us. You don't know. For all you know, fabric, masks, or whatever the masks are made out of, there could be this, like, plagues, kryptonite. You don't know. I mean, it's a TV show. They can write whatever the fuck they want in. Yeah, I don't think she can orb like a white lighter fruits. But she does have the power to heal people. It's pretty fucking cool. Did I call her a white lighter? I don't know. Ow! Am I sitting on something that's uncomfortable? I think I might be. I don't know. You assumed the worst, but turns out Iona was a good person all along. A bit out of her time, perhaps. Sad she died. But she could have been a great source of information about the ancients. But of course, you know, that's just OP and let's just kill her. Because why not? Normally O'Neill would be the high-ranking officer and would give commands, but in some cases, a doctor can outrank the highest of ranked officers if they are sure of it that it is in the best interest for their health. Hence why Janet was able to order them around and get some rest. Just goes to show you when the person that you care about more than you're supposed to asks you to blend with a Tok'ra, and they say please. O'Neill is the type of guy who will set aside his distrust and say yes. He really cares for Sam. I still think it's a bit out of character, but whatever. Latest rumor added on the 13th of December, 2022. There's been talk behind the scenes at Amazon. Apparently over the last few months, they've been asking around for certain companies to pitch new Stargate to them. People behind The Boys and The Expanse have pitched their ideas and have apparently even drafted some really early scripts out and artwork. The rumor is that the person behind The Expanse might have come out on top, and we might be getting an official announcement soon, before or around the 15th of January 2023. Wow, that's pretty close. And apparently it is when Amazon will talk about more about its new streaming service, MGM Plus. Why do we need another streaming service? Just fucking put it all together. Stop it. Put the MGM content on Amazon, and then you will have more people. What? Why are you making a new one? This is like when they made DC streaming, and then it just got absorbed anyways. Dude, like, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to sign up for another streaming service. And you know what? I probably won't even be able to, because half of these ones are just not available here in Australia. Of course, for us, this is going to take a while before we get to the end of the current verse. But it looks like we might be adding some new stuff to the current lineup. As it was said, Amazon is big on wanting continuity. Well, here's hoping, because I don't want to reboot. Can you imagine? Like, it's going to be like the Charmed reboot. I'm going to, like, watch it and be like, that's wrong! You're not doing it right! It's going to be so much fun when I watch Roswell. And then also, like, Sabrina, that's another show. I want to watch the original, and then I want to watch, like, the reboot. I'm obsessed with the idea. But, you know, classic Shannon. Do I have time for anything? No. We have an episode to get into. Like I said, I'm still a little bit sick. Probably still going to be coughing. Probably take a few breaks between the recording, so I'll be pausing if I get too coffee or... No, that's not a drink, that's me coughing a lot. That's my waves. Anyways, let's just get into the episode. Oh, I'm already ready to go. Hold on. Alright, let's get into it.
Hello.
Is this Major Samantha Carter?
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know what happened to you. I know about Adrian Conrad.
Who?
They never shut the project down, Major, and now it's out of control.
What project?
You have to protect me. They know that I...
Hello? Hello?
Good old Adrian Conrad. My favorite character. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like this whole, like, Stargate kind of thing going on. I think that's cool. But it's like, the music is just way too epic. Do you think, like, so his name's like Corin, right? Do you think people, like, when he introduced himself as a kid or whatever, they were like, Colin? And they were like, no, Corin. Corey? No?
His name is Dr. Richard Fleming. He's a biologist, formerly a professor of advanced genetics at Stanford.
Sure, he's famous for developing hybrid strains of disease-resistant corn and cotton. I read an article about him in the American Journal for Evolutionary Science. The base library has a subscription.
Well, what the article didn't say is that 2 years ago, he accepted a position with a company called Immunotech Research, which it turns out is a wholly owned subsidiary of Zetatron Industries.
Adrian Conrad.
Who?
You don't know?
Why would he know? He's from another planet.
Adrian Conrad was a man who had himself implanted with a stolen symbiote in order to cure himself of a deadly
Oh!
disease.
That was
Oh!
At the time, Immunotech was located in
Yeah, no, I know that guy.
1 week after we took Adrian Conrad into custody, their operations were scaled back and they moved to a small town on the coast of Oregon called Steveston.
We need to talk to this Dr. Fleming.
I
He was
remember
reported
that.
missing this morning, sir.
I watched the
Found his
show.
car totaled, but there was no body.
This obviously warrants further investigation. I'll have transportation arranged for the three of you.
Colonel O'Neill won't be joining us?
The Toker is still looking for a suitable host for his symbiote.
You'll have to do your best without him.
I wonder if this has to do with, like, him being injured. Like, the actor.
You knew who Adrian Conrad was, didn't you?
Well, I've memorized all of your mission reports. I just don't want people around here to start thinking I'm strange.
People don't think you're strange.
What about Colonel O'Neill?
Oh, he's not here, is he? So, like... You could at least wait for the car to stop before you start opening the doors. Guys are
What are you doing?
crazy.
Keeping a visual record.
My car would be making so many noises. Like, it would be beeping at me, like, stop it!
The image
But there are
being
some
right there
cars
in
that
the
won't even let you open the door while
I'm gonna go
car's
talk to the
running.
sheriff. Keep an eye on Teal.
back. Sure.
I know I can't force you to tell me anything, but Dr. Fleming may have had information pertaining to a matter of national security. I'm asking for your help.
We haven't had a murder in this county in 8 years.
So you don't think
Oh,
it was an
that's good.
accident?
Well, at the very least, someone didn't want us to find the body.
Did you know him?
The people at Immunotech didn't mix too much with the locals. But according to his co-workers, he was acting a little strange lately.
Strange how?
Nervous, agitated. We found these in his glove compartment.
Amphetamines.
He had no history of drug use.
I'd like to see his lab, if I may.
Do you think that it was planted?
There was a fire last night at Immunotech.
Oh,
This was gutted.
it's almost like they try to cover something up.
So what now?
Check out his house. Well, this is odd.
What is it?
This package to Dr. Richard Fleming was sent from Dr. Richard Fleming.
Why would he send something to himself?
Maybe he
he's
knew
being
they were going to
smart.
search the house. It's a good way to hide something for a couple of days.
But how do you know it would be delivered to someone that would be the good guys?
Police found amphetamines. We found a syringe. I think we need to at least admit there's a possibility that Dr. Fleming was suffering from some kind of drug-induced paranoia.
Perhaps his paranoia was well-founded. He is missing.
We
His
don't
place
know
of
what's
work was
in the
destroyed and
syringe.
all evidence was removed from his home.
Well, the scientists working for Adrian Conrad were studying this symbiote in order to create some kind of super drug. Maybe this is what they came up with.
Okay.
As some of you may already know, we have 3 uninvited guests in town. They are asking questions. The chances are they won't find anything. But if they do, then we will have to deal with them.
Nice lunch.
I'm really starting to enjoy this traditional American food.
We have another tradition. It's called hardened arteries.
Were you able to learn anything?
No one who worked at Immunotech wants to talk.
Our attempts to gather information from the local townsfolk proved equally fruitless.
I wouldn't say that. Don't tell me you haven't noticed how strangely people have been acting around here.
What are you talking about?
Well, for instance, that man there right behind Teal. He doesn't realize it, but he just put 8 cubes of sugar into his coffee. And that lady over the counter, she's been reading the same article for a half an hour. Since we sat down, that
Noticing
waitress
a lot of
dropped the
things.
tray twice. The cook has gotten 3 orders wrong, including my hamburger, which I ordered medium rare, but is in fact well done. I've been noticing similar behavior all morning. It's like the entire town's half asleep.
Major Carter, sorry to bother you. Sheriff Knox would like to see you.
2 months ago, another Immunotech researcher named Peter Stouffer disappeared. The case was never solved.
Why didn't you tell me this?
The town's been through some rough times, Major. Shipyard shut down 2 years ago, put everybody out of work. When Immunotech came along, they brought a lot of money to the area.
So nobody wants to hear anything bad about them.
There
Just a second. Sorry about that.
was no solid evidence of foul play in the Stouffer case. He just didn't show up for work one day and hasn't been seen since. But I did get the feeling the company had something to hide.
What do you mean?
We subpoenaed documents from them. This is what we got.
I'm pretty sure a cat just walked into my office. No? What are you doing? No, it sounded like there was a cat in here meowing. We'll see. This is gonna be the greatest reaction ever. This pauses every 5 minutes. No. I'm pretty sure there's a cat in here. Sorry about that. Willow was stuck in here.
Did Stouffer work with Dr. Fleming?
They were partners.
I'm gonna need to borrow these.
This town certainly does get
Look
quiet.
at Teal'c with a fucking leather jacket. Look at him. It's like a vampire. Oh, everyone just looks at them.
Evening.
Subtle.
What can I get you?
Ginger ale.
I'll have the same.
It does not appear we are welcome here.
Well, it's natural for small town people to be suspicious of strangers, right? You just have to give it more of an effort. Hey, guys.
You have much to learn about humans.
That's kind of my point. How are we supposed to fit in when we spend all our time on base? Thanks.
Kind of aggressive.
I have a sufficient understanding of Earth culture.
But you'll never really be one of them.
This is not my home. When my time with SG-1 is done, I will return to Chulak with my son.
I guess that's the difference between us. I don't think I'll be able to go back.
You're in our seats,
Well, you were
There
sitting
are
at
many
the
empty
counter.
seats.
but these are ours.
You were sitting at the counter.
Is there a problem here?
No. Apparently, we were in their seats.
What was that? They're not fit to be in our presence. If you do anything to jeopardize this operation, I will kill you myself.
Of course.
Hi.
Hello?
Sorry about our misunderstanding last night.
Excuse me?
At the bar, our little confrontation. My friend and I were in your seats.
I'm afraid you got me mistaken for someone else.
I don't think so.
Last night I was home in bed.
Perhaps he had consumed too much alcohol.
Thought of that, but
Maybe
it
it was
wasn't showing any
chlorine.
signs of a hangover.
Maybe he didn't want his wife to know he was in the bar.
Didn't have a wedding ring.
You're being watched. The silver car.
It's the guy from the sheriff's office. He was outside when we first got in town. He was in the restaurant yesterday.
It's very observant. You are not very good at tailing people, my dude.
Okay, take it easy. Why are you following us?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Teal'c.
All right. I wasn't sure if you could be trusted.
With what?
I was a security guard at Immunitech. I think Dr. Fleming was murdered.
Why would you say that?
A week ago, he came to me. He wanted to know if I could get him a gun. Said his life was in danger and I was the only one that could help him.
Why you?
Well, that's the weird part. He said that the people who were after him only come out during the night while everyone's asleep. Since I worked a graveyard shift and sleep during the day, I guess he figured I was one of them. First, I thought that he was crazy, and then he went missing. That's when I decided that working for Immunitech was a little too dangerous.
Why didn't you tell the sheriff?
Fleming said that no one in the town could be trusted. But I figured I owed the guy to tell someone. If it hadn't been for him, I would have died in that fire.
They only come out at night. What exactly is that supposed to mean?
They're
It has something
vampires!
to do with what happened to us at the bar.
Indeed.
What did happen to you at the bar?
We were met with hostility.
You didn't say anything weird, did you?
Why are you looking at me?
Anyway, random aggressiveness in a bar isn't that unusual.
Why didn't the man from the restaurant remember me?
Are you sure it was the same guy?
Positive.
Jonas Quinn is correct. It was the same man.
What if the man from the restaurant doesn't remember because the man in the bar wasn't really him? He was a clone.
No, Jonas, you can't create replicas of fully grown people. They'd be infants.
Still, the people of this town are behaving strangely, even for humans.
The town's been through a lot. First, the shipyard was shut down, then the lab was destroyed. The entire future of the town's in jeopardy. What? You noticed these tire marks from the road?
I didn't think much of them at the time.
This area has been well traveled, and recently. There are many footprints as well as tire tracks.
Let's check it out.
These appear to be schematics.
Yeah, but for what?
Got a pretty good idea.
Sorry.
Near as we can tell, sir, it's some kind of alien ship, partially constructed. No, sir, I don't think we should do anything drastic until we have more information. General Hammond's gonna hold off calling in the troops until we can figure out who built this thing and why.
Well, all the discs we got from the shipyards are encoded. I can't read any of them.
Let me try.
Adrian Conrad illegally acquired a symbiote from Colonel...
I'll be a moment. Yay, I'm back. Let's get back into it.
Mayborn. It's possible he also acquired alien technology.
Hello? Hello? It's not coming through my headset. It's like, oh, you went too far away. You're now disconnected.
I don't know. I mean, this is unlike anything the Russian ID ever had.
Then there must be some kind of alien presence here in town.
It looks that way. But how did they get here?
It is not probable they arrived at the Stargate.
If they came by ship, why would they be building another one?
Perhaps an accident or malfunction.
Well,
Maybe
either
they were
way,
always
they're not
here.
finished, which means they'll be back. And my guess is they work under the cover of darkness.
They only come out at night.
I think I can break this code, but it's going to take a while. Teal'c, is there any activity?
Negative. How is the decryption progressing?
Slowly.
Okay, so not clones. Well, this explains why everyone appeared to be like half asleep, because they're not getting any sleep.
Here we go. Oh my God. Teal'c, come in.
Major Carter, many of the townspeople have arrived at the shipyard.
They're Goa'uld. Fleming and Stouffer really were doing cloning research, only it was Adrian Conrad's symbiote that they cloned.
Why did we not sense their presence?
There's no naquita in their blood.
There's way too
And why do
many.
they always wake up at nighttime?
You guys better get back here. I'll see if I can translate more of this text.
Hold it. Leave the weapons on the deck.
What is this?
Get in the van.
Whatever you do, don't go into a back bathroom with clear window for you to escape through, because you'll probably end up dead in the bath. I don't know, that should happen on Supernatural, so I'm still pissed off about that. If you know, you know! I always hate that, you're just like wasting whatever the hell's in it.
I'm Agent Cross. It's Agent Singer. NID.
So you know what's going on here?
Of course, we've been monitoring this situation for the last 3 months.
We are waiting for the symbiotes to complete the ship.
It's going to be the first line of our new planetary defense system.
You set this whole thing up?
No, we just took advantage of a situation. Immunotech cloned the symbiotes. Then there was some kind of an accident. We figure Fleming was the first to be infected, and then he went after the other townspeople.
Fleming is the one who tipped us off.
The symbiotes are immature. They are too weak to assert permanent control.
But when the hosts go to sleep, they take over. When people wake up the next morning, they're a little tired, but none the wiser.
That's why Fleming was on amphetamines.
You may acquire a ship, but what of the townspeople?
No, don't worry about them. We have ways of dealing with that situation.
We will report this to Stargate Command.
Go ahead. This isn't some rogue operation. We have the full support of our superiors. And when this mission is completed, we will have succeeded where the SGC failed for 5 years. We have all the angles covered.
What? We just cut to her being kidnapped? What? Okay, so we're just giving everyone symbiotes now. I don't have to look at this.
You have to do something.
Relax, we have a containment team on standby for emergencies. We can have this whole town locked down and quarantined in 45 minutes.
Then do so.
Your operation is blown, Agent Cross. The symbiotes know we're onto them.
This is Cross. We have a code 6. I repeat, a code 6. This is not a drill. We just lost 500 years of technical advancement.
It's much worse than that.
What's going on?
You should only speak when spoken to.
That was a pretty lame slap.
Okay.
Welcome, brother. You know where you are?
I have the memories of my host.
Good. When the containment team gets here, you and Agent Singer will take the symbiotes and report back to NID headquarters.
What about the rest of us?
We'll be detained.
It'll only be a matter of days before we've taken control of the organization.
That's an ambitious plan. Easy.
The irony is we only wanted to get off this pathetic planet, but when we realized they were watching us, we came up with a new plan.
Wait. Major Carter was writing a report on her computer. It would be better if the containment team didn't find it.
Get the computer first.
Should we use these two as hosts?
No. This one is Jaffa.
Jaffa. You should be serving your god.
Apophis, the false god, is dead.
Really? What about this one?
He's an alien. The humans don't really trust him. We'll have to kill him.
Get out of the car! Keep your hands where we can see them!
I'm Major Carter, United States Air Force. I have important information for Agent Cross.
Let her through!
What are you doing here? You were supposed to be detained with the others.
Major Carter's far more valuable to you if she hasn't been exposed.
That wasn't part of the plan.
No, she's right. While we're taking over the NID, she can infiltrate Stargate Command.
It's too risky.
You worry too much. The humans have no idea what's going on here.
Oh, I wouldn't exactly say that. You guys aren't nearly as smart as you think you are.
Translated enough of the Goa'uld writing to know that Immunitech had engineered the symbiotes with a built-in kill switch, a susceptibility to a particular antibiotic.
The syringe. So we had it all along.
When I saw the Goa'uld coming, I figured I had nothing to lose, so I injected myself and it acted like a vaccine. Took only a few minutes to kill the symbiote, and then I just played along.
We had similar results with the townspeople. They all responded positively to the treatment.
Each dead symbiote will slowly break down and be absorbed into the host body.
Do the townspeople have any recollection of these events?
As far as they know, they were all inoculated against an outbreak of meningitis.
So what about the ship?
It's been transferred to Area 51. Even though it's not complete, it may still prove valuable.
Dismissed.
So when we were in the sheriff's office, you were in complete control.
That's right.
That was kind of obvious.
And you felt it absolutely necessary to really slap me.
Yes.
Had to make it look good.
She could have punched you. The fact that she slapped you just felt very obvious
some
that
lunch.
it wasn't really her. Hey, what's up you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up, and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, well that was Stargate SG-1 Season 6 Episode 5. It was a decent episode. You know, it continued a story that we had already established in the show with the Adrian, whatever his name is. I wonder if they can use this vaccine going forward for, like, other symbiotes that take over people. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this means. But we got a valuable piece of technology, nonetheless. Yeah. And, you know, until they make their own ship and then it gets destroyed again. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.